Whilst fishing on the continent, there's many waters where you have problems with the crayfish, the poisson shark, all nibbling away at the baits, leaving rigs in a right mess, taking the baits off the hair. In fact, many waters in Britain now have crayfish problems. One of the ways of getting over this is meshing the baits. Just take whatever hook bait you're using, doesn't matter if it's a pop-up or a bottom bait, drop it into the mesh, gather it around nice and tight, and simply twist. It's twisted so far. Little dab of super glue on there, doesn't need a lot. Then carry on twisting. Just make it nice and tight. A couple of seconds for the glue to set. Snip it off. And there we have one mesh boilie. Once the bait's meshed, take conventional baiting needle as you would with any other bait. Pierce through the bait. These are quite tough baits I'm using. Into the hair. Transfer it as you would any other bait. Invert your hair stop. And one thing I like to do with the meshed baits is drop them into the glug pot. That totally makes the mesh disappear, the same as when it's in the water. You can see the mesh when it's dry. Once it's damp, it disappears. But the mesh has the added advantage of soaking a little bit more glug up. There we are, hook bait ready to go out to defeat the poissons. An alternate method to the meshing of the baits is the use of shrink wrap. This day and age, everyone's quite happy using plastic baits. All you're doing with this is giving a plastic coating on your normal bait. Piece of shrink wrap, bite as close to the diameter of the bait as you can. You insert the bait into there, snip the end off of it. Quite tough on this. Put the boiling needle through the bait, being careful not to push it into your fingers. Then hold it over the steam of the kettle and let it shrink. Once the kettle's steaming well, a simple case of holding the boilie over the spout in the steam. Do it on the needle and it saves damaging the hook link at all. And remembering that shrink wrap will shrink inwards as much as it shrinks downwards. Starting to shrink around the bait there, slowly starting to twist around. Quite windy where we're filming this, so it's taking a little bit longer than normal. But you can see exactly what's happening there. Plastic is slowly going around the bait. Here we have the finished article. Armour coated outside, flavour release coming from the ends. If you want to cover more of that over, you simply leave the shrink wrap longer in the first place. But you find the poissons, they can't get hold of that, they can't grip it. They'll nibble the sides a little bit, but you're still left with a proper bait with a good hard coating over it.